Guys, stop giving a fuck about what other people think when the opinion has nothing to do with the potential you're unfolding and the path you're walking. Most of you guys, you side navigate yourself towards situations where you compile yourself under the weight of bullshit which is totally meaningless and doesn't fucking matter. And so what you have to understand is that if you are shrinking yourself to fit in with people, aka you're not being yourself, you're being someone who the fuck is that? We have to understand that you need to stop giving a fuck about what people think now. And until you can do that, you will always look for the thing to validate you, but you have to understand that the validation is a double-edged sword. The moment you seek to be validated is purely based off the motive of you seek validation. So you seek validation to the point where everything you do is now possessed by the fact you need validation. You have to understand that when you don't receive it, what the fuck is going to fill that void? And so you have to understand that the only thing that validates you is you. And you know when you do wrong and you know when you do right. And so you have to understand that when you do right is when you validate yourself, and you get to walk around with being a self-validating individual. And so it begins with making the moves that you need to make in life to create a better life. If you still haven't jumped on that opportunity that's been waiting for you, that presents itself every now and then, if you haven't done what you need to do, if you aren't following through with what the fuck you promised yourself to do, well, we have to understand that you're considered a bitch. And if you don't fucking get on your shit, well, you're gonna die a frivolous bitch. And so I just want you guys to understand that the more you slow down and remain in turtle speed when chasing goals, you have to understand that you need to speed the fuck up. It's time to become a cheetah, and it's time to look at your goals and begin taking action towards it with relentless stride, with relentless invigorated energy to pursue your goal with the vitality of a lion to execute what the fuck you need to get done. So most people, they want to push back their goals, they want to subdue themselves, and they want to remain in a subpar state of existing. They don't want to consider their best interest as their best interest. They deviate to the vices, they deviate to the vape, they deviate to the smoke, they deviate to the bottle, they deviate to the things they know is not right because it fills the void within them. And so when you struggle in life, these things might seem like a quick fix. What if if I drink this bottle, maybe I'll feel better. If I drink this vape, maybe I'll feel, if I hit this vape, maybe I'll feel better. You guys have to understand that these things are all subtractive distractions, and until you can get that through your fucking head, you always seek out to deviate yourself to a path you shouldn't walk. The vices will destroy you, and if you don't do something to pull up your bootstraps, if you don't lock in actually, if you don't factually do what you know you're supposed to do, well, things are going to end up on a negative trajectory for you, for yourself, for you to experience. You have to understand that you only experience life once. You are the experience of life. Why not experience the best aspects of yourself? Why choose to experience the lower aspects of yourself? The aspects which deplete you and decay you through time. The aspects which do nothing but take away from you and never give anything back. When you choose to pick the vape up, when you choose to pick up the cigarette, when you choose to pick up the bottle, all you're doing is choosing to lose. All you're doing is giving away your money, which you could have used for a better solution, and you're putting this into your self-destruction. All you're doing is passively killing yourself, and you're doing it while escaping yourself. And so if you put two and two together, killing yourself while passively escaping yourself, then we come to the realization that all the substances that you use to escape may not be your best interest. And if you want to live your best life, well, it begins with aligning with your best interest. And everywhere you go, there you are. It's not like you can escape who you are. And so to be the best version of yourself is to do the best. But before you can experience the best version of reality, you need to experience the best version of yourself. And that best version of you is what's going to get everything fucking done, which is gonna get everything perfected. And my definition of perfection is to be perfecting. So as long as you're improving, but genuinely improving, not just this fucking bullshit where most of you come up with, you feel like you're improving, but you haven't done shit. You're still the same bitch. And now we have to come to the realization that you're just a fucking failure. And so we don't want to come to that realization. So we want to realize our potential. We want to see what's dormant within us. And the only way we can do that is by pushing the threshold, by doing what is necessary to unfold higher levels of potential, by choosing to take risks, to demand ourselves to a higher standard, by choosing to jump on opportunities which come our way, and by choosing to always be in the most best version of self, the most integritist individual for ourselves, to be who we wish and ought the world and the men and women in the world to be. So most people, they're quick to point out the flaws in others, but they never thought to point out the flaws in themselves, aka they rather sit there and they rather judge everyone but themselves. I mean, how would when you judge someone, how would you want that person to behave, and then behave like how you wanted that person to behave, so you can become the example of what the fuck that person should be, so when they see you, they know. It's that fucking simple. Peace.